What's going on, guys? I'm back with Mr. Rocket here. Rocket is a Rocky Percheron cross, and we are showing him how to neck rein. So this is neck reining part 3. Now, in the past couple sessions, you've noticed that I've really closed the gap between two-handed and one-handed, and I'm really being ridiculously obvious. I'm really letting him know what I want. Now I'm gonna start giving him multiple fail-safes, if you will. What does that mean? That means that I'm gonna start asking with just my legs and expect him to do it. Then I'm going to stop using my legs and I'm going to use just my reins and expect him to do it. If you could do that, very quickly you can make a bridleless horse. Very quickly you can make a mounted archery horse or a cowboy mounted shooting horse or a polo horse, because there's so many fail-safes that horse is really going to understand. Just like in the stopping series, we'll get a horse to stop just off of our legs, just off of hoe, just off of the reins. Multiple fail-safes. So we're going to do the same thing with his neck reining here. First and foremost, you want to make sure that horse is soft and easy, and that as we're walking here, you know, same steps, take our eyes off, take our leg off, our horse is getting there. Perfect. So he's moving to the void, he's moving to, when the door opens, he's trying to, when I crack that door, he's trying to get out. What does that mean? That means I have two legs on him now. I take a leg and he's trying to get there. I close the leg and he goes straight. I look to the right, I take my inside leg off. He steps that way, I close my inside leg. This is before I ever put a spur. If I put a spur on him, I'll let you know. Open my inside leg. If he moves, perfect, close my leg. That lets him know to go straight. When I say we're gonna separate this, a lot of times for neck reining, we think it's all rein, but so much of it is right here in your legs and your body and letting them know. The more they know what's coming, the easier it is for them to get the right answer. So whenever I want to just use just my reins, I want to use the hand that I'm going to. Every time that he steps off of that pressure, pick him up to go straight, pick him up to go straight. Look this way, use the reins, and release. And notice I have a long rein on purpose. The reason I have a long rein is that really gives the horse the opportunity to get away from that rein. So now we're using just the rein. If he wasn't to listen here, if he wasn't listening on these reins, then I can still use my outside spur or my outside hand as a repercussion. My outside hand as a repercussion would look like this. I would keep my hand real close to his shoulder, and I will block that shoulder so he would want to turn when he gets stuck here, and I'd release. If I use that spur, I'd bump here, bump, 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 and release. I'll do that so you guys can see. Bump, 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 bump. Might have to hold him back. Bump, 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 bump. There we go. And it's important that if you start using that spur and you want him to pivot, that you're willing to hold them back so they don't think that that spur always means forward. If I'm just putting one spur, that means I want you to move away from it. There we go. This is going to make him super handy for roping. I can't wait to rope something with this big boy, because I imagine he could pull the house down. Or we're in Mississippi, he could pull the house down the road. There we go. Let's see if we can get it out of trot. Right there, I spur him a little bit on that outside so that he listens. Look where we're going. For your horse to get one-handed, at some point, we have to ride one-handed. And this is big and ridiculous. One thing that I'm not doing is I'm not plow reining him. I'm not trying to pull him over by there. I'm trying to make him want to move away from that bridle. So when I touch here, I pulsate. I don't try to pull him over. The problem with trying to pull him over is they get their nose pointed the wrong direction, and it inhibits their ability to move. So notice how when I do this, his nose is pointed to the right. I make sure to use a little bit of my pinky here. Oh. When I'm neck reining, I'm thinking if I come this direction, I need to have the ability to twist my wrist up to keep their nose in that direction. If you're right-handed, especially with split reins, I have training reins on, but with split reins, you would have your fingers just like that with your pointer finger in between, and the slack of your split reins would be hanging down and to the right if I'm using my right hand, down to the left if I'm using my left hand, and the movement of the hand would ideally be a U. When I turn left, the more that I need, hopefully you would just need this, but if you needed more help, you would turn your thumb up to point his nose to the left. If I'm going to the right, I'm U and pick that pinky up to tip that nose to the right. If I'm holding a Romal has the popper on the end. You hold it thumb up just like this. Whichever hand you're holding it with, the excess, the popper, goes in your hand, and you'll hold it right here on your hip just like this. And that's usually for more reining cow, horse, stuff like that. This are just a set of training reins that we love to use that are real good for flexing and working and using. And I'm already thinking every time that I have him stepping somewhere, so right there he steps closer to you guys, I pull back towards his hip. Look how I bring that energy. I'm not trying to pull him around, I'm just trying to inhibit his forward motion. If I sit back here and I put a spur on him, I don't want him to come forward. Since I want this to pivot, I'm bringing that energy right back to his hip, and I'm sitting over his hip, I'm pulling this direction. Perfect. So he's moving off that rein pretty well. For a big boy that's green, he's starting to get sensitive. The next thing that I want to do is I want to start using just my legs. So what I'm going to do in this scenario is I'm going to slide my right hand down. This also really works for collection, and this will be in our collection series, but you're going to get a sneak peek of this right here in neck reining. I'm going to grab him here real close to his withers, trot him off. I'm going to take my leg off, and this is really where I do most of my neck reining work, just with my legs, because I want to get where I have to do very little with my reins. So my reins, they won't move here more than an inch. Here, take my leg off. Let him get some forward, put him back on the rail. Again, if I was doing this work, just he and I, we would be doing this in a big open setting, in a big arena, so that I can have a lot of straight lines. We're doing it in the round pen for the sake of learning. Look to my right, take my right leg off. Look how he turns there. It's important when you turn that horse and you take your leg off and you put him back. We're in a round pen, so he's thinking turn, but I'm gonna hold him up and go straight here when he's thinking turn. That's the reason I like big open areas, because I will make a turn, boom, lock both legs in and expect him to go straight. If you're always in a round pen, that horse is always thinking about leaning to the inside. But very quickly, I want to just be able to hold on to his withers here and just my legs guide him. It's the same rules with the legs. Don't let your spur or your leg get stuck. Take my leg off, look this way. If he doesn't get there, I'll start bumping that other leg, put my leg back. We're gonna go straight. Look right, take my right leg off, look at the gate, bump my left leg, boom. Stop bumping and close my right leg. Go to the gate, look to the right, look to the right, look to the right, look to the right. So here I can use that rein right there to stop that forward if he tries to just do the lazy thing and go forward. Very quickly, he's gonna try to go where my legs go. Oh. Very nice. So just like that, you will have that horse basically, he's able to steer just with the reins or just with your legs, and very quickly it'll be all three. Just your legs, just your reins, and just your look. You'll get to the point where you look at a cow and that horse is getting there. You look in that direction, that horse is getting, just by the look of your body, your horse is getting there. That's so important for cross country, for jumping, for polo, for horse soccer, anything you can think of, where that horse starts anticipating wherever you look, because the most efficient way for them to get there is you look and lean that way. You come over a jump, you come around the barrel, you come around a pole while you're pole bending, wherever your eyes go, that they're already trying to get there. So if we're always leading, and every single time that we're teaching this young horse how to guide, we put our eyes there first, very quickly, just to look at a high rate of speed, gallivanting around the arena, gallivanting around a big open field, that horse is gonna get where you wanna go. Thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate you watching Rocky's video. I'll see you in the next video.